Blumpkin&Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
Hey kids, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and with me here today is my friend,
the king of twooping, the original gangster of twooping, Graeme of ITradio.
Graeme of ITradio.
Yay!
Yay! I don't even remember how long it's been since you've been on the show. It's been a while.
I think it was this year.
Well, it's June.
Yeah, it might have been this year. I don't remember.
Jesus.
Pizza Hut was still open, or somewhat open. I was turned into that laundromat that looks like it's going to be a carport too.
Well, the last time I remember is when we did the holiday movie special, and then you told me...
So it may have been Christmas.
You told me that you've never seen Gremlins.
Nope.
Motherfucker.
Still haven't seen it.
God damn it. Well, being that I was born and bred in Minnesota, and you were born in...
Wisconsin.
And I've had this idea waiting in the wings.
Like 2 or 3 months. And how much preparation did I do? None.
That's fine. You just have to go off memory.
Exactly. That too.
So this is basically just Minnesota versus Wisconsin. I titled it A Symbiotic Kind of Hatred.
There you go.
Because frankly, our states need each other to hate each other.
Pretty much.
Specifically, the biggest being the Vikings-Packers border battle.
Yeah. Even if it's not that, it's the Packers versus the Bears.
See, I don't get how that is ever a fucking
I think because they're
rivalry.
3 hours away. I don't know. Because Green Bay, all you have to do is just go on the west side or the east side of Wisconsin down to Chicago.
Yeah, but I feel like Illinois and Wisconsin are too different, whereas Minnesota and Wisconsin are just similar enough that's why they have that kind of almost stepbrother-like hatred.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm a Packers fan, but I'm not a Packers fan. If that makes... Because I grew up in Wisconsin, you have to be a Packers fan. No, technically you don't. No, I'm a Packers fan, but I just don't watch football.
For a second there, I wasn't sure if you were coming out of the closet.
No.
Like, someone better tell your wife.
No.
I'd like to point out that the Vikings have won 0 titles.
Yep.
0 Super Bowls. They failed in 4 of them. Whereas the Packers have won 4 Super Bowls and have a total of 13 titles.
Nice.
Yeah, much better. What got me on this idea was, for a long time, I've had this definition I came up with.
Okay.
Wisconsin pretty. Go. Have I explained it to you before?
Have you always had a toilet seat back down here? Sorry, I just noticed it.
Yes. Yes, there's a toilet seat on the shelf of the workbench.
Has that always been there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've just never looked
every time. Why, you feel like twooping right now?
No,
I've got an empty 5-gallon bucket right there.
I just noticed the seat. That's all I noticed.
Have I told you what Wisconsin pretty means or is about?
No.
Okay. Take any woman in Wisconsin and in any other state, on a scale of 1 to 10 of prettiness, she's 2 points lower. Conversely, any woman from a different state, however good looking they are, add 2 points if they're in Wisconsin. So if a woman is an 8 in Minnesota, she is a fucking 10 in Wisconsin.
Okay, how you said it confused me at first.
And if a woman is a 6 in Wisconsin, she's a 4 everywhere else. Or lower.
What about the U of M campus, though?
What about the U of M campus?
During springtime, that's all I can think of with 93X always talking about it.
All the fatties?
That, too, that he can throw down in the weeds.
Well, once upon a time ago, I was, for a very short time, in the band Thieves Army.
Okay.
And before I was in there, they had different members, and they toured, around Minnesota and Wisconsin. They did shows. And anytime they went to Wisconsin, they would do, quote, charity work. That's what they call it. To fuck chubby broads from Wisco. I'm going to go over and play a show over near Madison. Going to do some charity work. I guess they bagged a lot of fatties.
They're drunk.
So I tried to submit this definition to Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
Wisconsin pretty. The level of attractiveness of women from the Badger State, whose average build is comparable to a canine attack training suit. True Wisconsin pretty zen is achieved when a woman's body is so ravaged by age and child-rearing that she resembles someone's elderly uncle.
In Wisconsin?
They shot that one down. That's when I went to a more specific explanation with the 2-point system. And that one got approved.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you look up Wisconsin pretty on Urban Dictionary, it'll say J-Man 1982. That's my other stage name. But that's me. Bragging rights. Let's look at something that Wisconsin has that we don't. Legal fireworks.
Yes.
You grew up with that shit.
Yes. Granted, I'd have to go to... So, growing up in Eau Claire, we didn't have the boomers. We just pretty much had bottle rockets that you could get and black hats. But going out to Baldwin was another story. So we were going to Colorado for some church at fuck hell youth group thing my senior year.
Right.
So I just turned 18. So I was still in that like all senior year bullshit, even though I was already graduated. And yeah, we took a whole bunch of fireworks out to Colorado. They checked us, except they didn't check our back pockets, which had Roman candles up my back, or up our backs for that matter. You let 4 guys go to a fireworks shop, and you think they're going to come back empty-handed when one of them's 18.
We got some snappers and some snakes, but
Yeah,
that's it. Trust us.
That's pretty much what we were like, here, yeah. And then we went to someplace in, I think, Colorado that had more. That was one of those just, like, trailers on the side of the road in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Like, across the street from our rest stop. Perfect place to go buy fireworks.
I don't get why it's not legal here.
Come on, man. Jesse Ventura gave you guys snakes.
He should have just made them all legal. But that would have crippled like 30% of the Wisconsin economy.
But I never did have any issues going across the border. From Wisconsin into Minnesota, I've never had issues. You did hear about that rumor, right?
That rumor
That the cops would they'd get notices that, oh, so-and-so in this license plate just bought a bunch of fireworks, and they'd wait for them on the other side of the border. Never happened to me, though.
And then what? They'd take them and then drive them back to the Wisconsin fireworks shops so they could sell them again?
Those urban myths.
Like the guy that owned Phantom Fireworks had a brother that was a Washington County Sheriff's deputy that would just wait?
Very well could have been.
That dick.
No idea. It was just one of those rumors.
It's probably good that we didn't have legal fireworks here because I might have blown one of my fingers off. Because I like to play with fire a lot as a kid.
Ditto. And granted, all I had, like I said, was the black hats. Oh, look, you can burn the side of a Folgers coffee can with the little black hats that just shot up the flame.
See, when we were teenagers, Neil would get black cats sometimes, and he thought he was such a badass. But true badassery was this one time I was standing next to number 1 fan Tim at a campfire up north. He leans over the fire to tend to it, and we were playing with sparklers. And as he bends over, I hold the sparkler up to the butt of his shorts, and all of a sudden he just jumps and screams. I damn near burned a hole through his white denim shorts.
Why was he wearing white denim shorts?
I don't know, but that's the thing I remember the most.
That should be the biggest issue right there, is that he's wearing white denim shorts.
You deserved it, you son of a bitch.
Too bad he didn't shit himself that you could actually have seen it. Not even though it was denim, it would have just fallen out, but still.
No, there was another time where I think he did shit his pants.
Nice.
Where his older brother John had Roman candles, and it was the first time I'd ever seen Roman candles, and he's just holding them and shooting sparks. One of them we thought was a dud, so he just throws it in the fire pit. And we're sitting at a picnic table with our backs leaning up against the actual table part, facing the fire pit. All of a sudden, rainbow sparks come shooting out at us.
How long after?
A couple minutes? It was fucking ridiculous. We dove over that goddamn thing like we were trying to get away from mortar fire. Nice. It was like a war movie.
Nick Mondo and I went to Wisconsin. We had pork chops at my parents', and we came back and we bought a bunch of fireworks in Baldwin. And then we went out to some housing development with his video camera, and we were just lighting stupid shit on fire and shooting them with fireworks. And I'm sure, granted now, there'd be like cameras everywhere. There weren't cameras still in 2002, or at least I didn't get caught. Because we left everything there, including the toys that we burnt and everything. So, like, it was just the foundation of the developmental units. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, so there's all these toys, burn marks and everything else. Because we were just lighting them, shooting the Roman candles at them, seeing if they'd start on fire. Then we went up to Josiah's house and lit a bunch of stuff on fire there too. And their mom was on vacation. She comes back, and their garbage can's all melted on the top. What happened? His older sister, lightning struck it She knew damn well it was Mondo and I.
Really?
Yeah.
Lightning struck it.
Her mom believed her for, I think, 30 seconds until she realized who was over.
I was going to say, that's not even like a good alibi by today's standards.
Well, they weren't going to get mad at Nick Mondo. I mean, he was a fucking god at their house, so...
Oh, I thought you were going to say because they were afraid he's going to take a weed whipper to him.
No, that didn't happen until, like, a year later.
That was a CZW match, wasn't it?
Yeah. Tournament of Death one.
Yeah.
Yep, because then he won Tournament of Death 2 the next year when he went off the building and lost like all but 1% of blood.
Are you in the mood for cheese? Well then come down to Kruger Family Dairy and Delicatessen to satisfy your urge. Since 1945, when my grandfather fled Germany to escape from the other Nazis, my family have been the premier makers of delicious Wisconsin cheese. We have our own in-house pasteurizing and curding process that is world-renowned for its purity and flavor. We produce 6 varieties, so there is something for everyone. There's sharp cheddar, regular cheddar, mild cheddar, Colby Jack, and Framunda. And because sometimes our cows get old and then I have to shoot them because my dad says so, we take them and we turn them into bratwurst and we inject them with the cheese. Doesn't that sound yummy? I think so. Stop by this Saturday between the hours of 12 and 3 p.m. to enter for your chance to win an authentic autographed Mark Shimura jersey that I won at an auction to benefit his legal defense fund. That's Kruger Family Dairy and Delicatessen, 1 mile northeast of downtown Rice Lake past the stop-and-go lights by the Barron County Fairgrounds. You know it's good because the label says Kruger.
Hey, this is Paul from Basket Case Podcast.
You're listening to Blumpkin&Friends.
Here's my next thing. You know what Wisconsin has more of? Deer fuckers. It's long been this thing that preoccupies me is that this guy, Brian James Hathaway, years ago, he shot a horse with the intention of trying to have sex with it. He didn't get to do the dirty deed. But years later, he was driving by a dead deer in a ditch. So he got out, dragged it into the woods, and had sex with it. Somebody saw him and reported him to the police.
Should have just done it on the side of the road.
Right there.
Exactly.
Just fucking haul it out and just go fuck Bambi.
He wasn't a pro. You should just run it right. Who gives a shit that everybody's driving by? Because that would have made the story that much better. But the fact that you had to drag it to the woods. No, dude, just do the deed right then and there.
You wanted it to be private and romantic.
Yeah. Maybe she'll call me back. Please.
Well, maybe if the women in Wisconsin weren't so damn Wisconsin pretty.
Maybe.
Maybe if they were hot, blonde, Scandinavian goddesses like many women of the Minnesota variety.
Sure.
There's a lot of blonde, good-looking Scandinavian broads around here. It's in our blood.
It's in our blood.
It's in our blood. Hey, do you know how many serial killers there are from Minnesota?
None.
1.
Who?
A guy called Butcher Knife Billy.
That's why Static X called their first album Wisconsin Death Trip. Yep. Nope, we were proud of that one. Richard, or who was the Ramirez dude in 1999? Richard Ramirez, I think. He was going around he was getting everywhere by going on the train tracks because it was the faster routes.
So he was basically train hopping?
Pretty much. And I know at one point he was they think they saw him in Chippewa Falls or Halley. So we decided to go to the train tracks, but we never found him.
So you were hoping to meet a serial killer and make it out alive?
Yeah.
That's a brilliant idea.
Exactly.
I'm going to rattle off some names of Wisconsin serial killers.
Go.
Everybody knows Jeffrey Dahmer,
Yep.
the Milwaukee cannibal. Ed Gein, the butcher of Plainfield, who didn't kill people as much as he just dug up corpses and then made like furniture and jewelry and weird crafts out of the dead body parts. John McCaffrey. I didn't read much into who he was.
The name sounds familiar, but I can't remember what it is.
He might be the guy that committed the Sweetheart murders. Edward Edwards.
Half of them I don't even know who they are, though. I just know Wisconsin had for the longest time, Eau Claire was one of the cities, like the major cities that didn't have a serial killer populated for a little bit. We were disappointed about that.
Walter Ellis, the Milwaukee North Side Strangler. David Spanbauer.
And if they didn't come from Wisconsin, they were in Wisconsin at some point.
Well, Andrew Cunanan was in Minnesota at one point, but that doesn't make him a Minnesota serial killer.
No.
What is it about that fucking state that drives people to kill so much?
Cheese, man.
It's the cheese?
It's the cheese because they got blocked up. Somebody was like, aren't you going to get constipated with cheese? This is just recently. No. I'm from fucking Wisconsin. Cheese does nothing to me. Do not become constipated because of cheese. In Eau Claire, supposedly one of Charles Manson's grandkids lived in Eau Claire and graduated a couple of years after I did. Or at least tried claiming that he was one of the Manson family members' grandkids.
Interesting. Not something I would probably put on my college resume.
No.
When you were trying to get accepted into UW
And for some
Stout.
reason, he was an outcast. I don't know why. He went to Memorial.
That's another thing, now that I just name dropped Stout. Back when I was in college, Stout had this weird fucking reputation for being an artsy music school full of gays.
Hey boys and girls, it's time for another Hey boys and girls, hey boys and girls, hey boys and 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 girls, it's time for another It Radio fucking fucker shitting ass tits beer.
I haven't had pizza in a long time.
Regular pizza or that kind of pizza?
No, vagina.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Why isn't Donna letting you go near it now?
Yeah, you can
no,
not
she probably
get her pregnant. You should
would,
be
but
fucking all the time.
it's just a little awkward.
So what, you're saying she's not cute?
I feel like that I'm French kissing my kid.
What? When you go down on her?
But I thought fucking pregnant chicks was hot.
Until you leave a dick-shaped dent in the kid's skull.
Dude, the kid...
Well, fucking pregnant chicks are hot because they're highly emotional, but...
That's what I want. I want to fuck a chick so hard she cries. Like, stop it! How come you... Why won't you look me in the eyes? Aren't I beautiful? Just shut up and bounce on my dick, all right? I didn't come here for the conversation. I came here for the quick, easy ejaculation.
That's it. Doggy style.
Yeah.
Get on your hands and knees.
Fucking Graham's just shaking his head.
And
I'm trying to look up shit, not actually comment.
Okay.
That's no fun.
As long as you're not fucking a girl that's like her third trimester, so all of a sudden you fuck her so hard you burst the mucus plug in her fucking water break.
I'm fucking
He's
back,
going for
David.
it.
No, who was it that was telling me? I think it was Jen was telling me something about an easy way to make sure that birth happens, you know, when you're waiting and having the contractions and everything is to have sex or something like that. I don't know. It's something fucked up and weird.
I guess I'm going to write that down in the book of useless knowledge and save it for the next time I fuck a pregnant chick, which should hopefully be never.
You're listening to Blumpkin and Friends.
We've reached the point in the show where it's time to play a game. You have not finished playing every game on the show.
No.
You have not competed in BS trivia yet. That's the newest game on the show. Bullshit trivia.
Okay.
You have no idea what it is.
No.
Bullshit trivia. It's 10 questions.
Okay.
There might be answers. There might not be answers.
So
and
what do I have to
if
do?
you don't, well, you just answer the question like it's real. And if you don't know it, try to make something up, and maybe I give you some bonus points for creativity.
All right, let's get ready to suck. Can I get
No,
zero?
you better not purposely albatross this, you son of a bitch.
Okay, so what do I have to do?
I'm going to ask you a question, and then you give me an answer.
Okay.
It's a trivia game.
So it's... Okay.
So you know trivia, right?
Sure.
And if you don't know it, I don't know, just make something up.
All right.
It's time to play bullshit trivia on Blumpkin and Friends.
Question number 1. C is for...
Cunt.
Fair enough. I'm going to give you that
You're
one.
not supposed to... Yes, I got one! Fuck yeah. No, everything else will just be egg.
Number 2. 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 equals...
5. I gave up after 2 plus 2. I was going to answer 5 anyway.
Jesus Christ.
Egg. I mean, egg, yeah. Like I said, I was going to say egg and shit.
No, I want you to try.
5.
It's not 5. It's 11.
I gave up. Like I said, after 2 plus 2, I was like, the answer's 5. And then you kept going. I was like, nope, I'm done. Can I use the calculator on your computer?
No.
Damn it. Because I can't touch my phone.
Nope. Question number 3.
Yep.
Spell the word carbohydrate.
CARBOHYRDFART.
What? You spelled carbo hard fart.
I gave up.
You just spelled carbo hard fart. Hired fart.
But farts are funny.
It's not right.
I gave up after the hydro part.
God, I thought you were going for it, and then you... CARBOHYDRATE. That would be correct, but since you said carbo hard fart first, you don't get that one.
That's cool.
Question number 4.
But I thought I was getting points for good answers. Fart was in the answer, dude.
Yeah,
Fart
I was expecting you to spell correctly.
I got close.
Number 4.
F isn't even in the word.
He's still stuck on that. Number 4. True or false?
False.
It was true. God damn. Question number 5. What city is the show That 70s Show based in?
Point Place.
That is correct. You now have 2 points.
Bethany thought it was Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
No. It's not.
It's some imaginary city. Because we wanted to go to the water tower when we were there for my cousin's wedding.
Yeah, it's not a real place, so it's probably not a real water tower.
Exactly. Come on, how am I supposed to fall off it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But it'd be cool if you did see somebody going through like Stevens Point or any place that has point in the name in Wisconsin, driving a Vista Cruiser.
It would be.
It would be.
I don't know if you're ever going to see that.
No.
And if you did see them, they're probably going to bury a dead deer carcass they just got done having sex with. Number 6. Name anybody who has ever played for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Kevin Garnett, did he?
No.
No. Then I don't know. I will admit this. About 5 years ago, I was like, does Wisconsin even have a fucking basketball team?
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I would have accepted Oscar Robertson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Todd Day, Glenn Robinson, Vin Baker, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I just wasn't a basketball fan.
Who was the other guy with the thing?
Because I was ready to go say Paul Muller, BJ Surhoff, but you weren't asking for the Brewers, so fuck off.
No. You kind of whiffed on that one. Number 7. Better Rotten Tomatoes score, Air Bud or Big Top Pee-wee?
Air Bud.
That is correct. At 47% to Big Top Pee-wee's 35%.
I'd pick anything over Big Top Pee-wee, and I'm a huge Pee-wee Herman fan. I've only watched that one once because I thought it sucked.
It does suck.
Yeah.
Question number 8 is always the same question.
Okay.
The answer changes. We'll see how good you are at this. Number 8.
The answer is cunt.
It's not.
Damn it.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Venice Beach.
It was Azerbaijan, and she's skiing. No one's ever gotten that one right. I don't know why. Number 9. What color are my eyes?
Brown.
Wrong there, hazel.
Color of shit. Color of pee in your
So you've got 3, so you've tied Reese Hartfeld.
Okay.
But if you get one more, you'll have gotten the most common score. There's a bunch of people that have gotten 4. Including my friends at the Basket Case Podcast. Right? No, they got 5.5. Including Nani.
How do you get a half?
You get half points for creativity.
Oh.
Okay, so number 10. What is the chief export of Africa?
Oil.
I said AIDS. I was actually really hoping that you would say something like that, like AIDS. It was AIDS.
It was AIDS.
That's
the answer that you wanted. Therefore, that was going to be the answer.
Yeah.
If you only knew how to edit Wikipedia.
I do know how to edit Wikipedia. I've done it before, and then people went back and fucking unedited my shit because they got mad.
What'd you edit?
I edited a Wikipedia page for Juggalo gangs, which I think is bullshit.
And what did you change it to?
I deleted a bunch of their
wannabe gang.
supposed other gang rivals, and then I just wrote Twisted. Because Twisted left Psychopathic Records and went out on their own, and then they're all bashing on Juggalos, and they're basically beefing and warring with ICP. So, this is me. I'm going to take your score. You got 3 out of 10.
Yay.
That's a low F.
Sweet.
And I'm going to put it in the pile of stuff. I'm going to put it in the pile of stuff.
Pile of stuff.
It's the stuff.
Someday you should light the pile of stuff on fire.
I might.
You might.
But I keep track of those so I know what questions I've used. So I know where Carmen Sandiego has been in the world.
You could just write it down on your computer and use that as a list.
I want to have a bunch of random stacks of note cards and notepad pieces of paper on my workbench so I look like an insane person. Kind of like Doc from fucking Fraggle Rock.
Kind of like how I had I just threw a couple years ago, I threw a huge stack of ITradio show notes and shit. That actually, once we hit 150, we started doing show notes. Or I tried saying, oh yeah, this was on the show, this was on the show. So there'd be this huge list of shit. And penises.
And penises.
And penises. And poop. And dog butts.
And emo Jesus.
I didn't draw emo Jesus though.
That's
Why would I draw emo Jesus on the papers?
Because he's a part of ITradio.
But I don't draw him. I can't.
For Christ's sakes.
No, don't.
Why are you being so difficult?
Because...
Is this because Minnesota's better and you're upset that so many deer fuckers and serial killers and fat women come from your home state?
No.
Is it because you're still butthurt that Brett Favre came to play for the Vikings?
No.
Because I got to say, back to the border battle thing here to close this out. When Brett Favre was introduced at that first press conference and put on that Vikings jersey, I imagine every Packer fan in Wisconsin had a look on his face like he just walked in on his girlfriend blowing his brother.
Pretty much. But I gave him credit for that first season. That second season he shouldn't have played.
He was a broken down old man.
Yeah. I mean, he was a broken down old man that first season, but still, to get them
No, he wasn't. He was a god.
And then to get
he was
them
a god
that
in
close
09.
to the preview or the playoffs and do the most rookie move possible to get that down that was too quick. Yeah, he fucked up.
Well, in typical Vikings fashion, they got our hopes up to break our hearts, and he threw cross-body down the center of the field when he could have just ran the ball 6 or 7 yards, and we could have just chipped in a field goal to win and go to the Super Bowl and beat Peyton Manning and get a Super Bowl. And then Brett Favre could have had 2 Super Bowls, one with each team of the 2 he played for in the NFC North.
Another 5 years for Wisconsin to even acknowledge his existence after that.
Yes. Jesus, you would have thought that he brought a black chick to Thanksgiving dinner.
And then once he showed up, they're welcomed back with open arms. But I think that's when they said that he had Alzheimer's.
I love how you just completely glazed over that joke I just made about how racist it is in the Midwest. It's okay to bring a black chick to Thanksgiving dinner. Which brings me back to the first time that I was going to let my family meet the beast. And I explained that she was half Israeli. And my grandmother, being old as sin and white, goes, Is she a black? Not is she black, is she a black?
Nice.
And I went, no, she's not a black. She's a little bit tan, because she's half Israeli. And thank you for bringing this cornucopia of racism to the Thanksgiving table.
That's where you're supposed to bring it, aren't you?
No.
Oh.
No.
I've been doing it wrong.
Anything about your upbringing in Wisconsin that you would like to pump up to put some more points on the board for Wisco?
If it wasn't for Wisconsin, there'd be no whooping? Sure.
If it wasn't for Wisconsin, my friends wouldn't use the phrase north of 8. I don't know. Apparently a lot of weird shit goes on north of Highway 8.
I don't even know where the fuck highway it is.
North of 8.
Makes sense.
It's an old A-town thing.
Oh, at least Eau Claire had... Well, at one point you could get to any Taco John's within 5 minutes.
And that's an important thing for you because of Nachos
was.
Navidad.
It was. And the Taco Challenge. But the Water Street Choco John's is no longer there. That's a shame.
How does that make you feel?
If I happen to be in Wisconsin at 1 a.m, I can't get tacos on Water Street. But why would I be in Wisconsin at 1 a.m. anymore? I don't know.
Because you're a serial killer.
That too during the church shit fuck hell weekends.
Huh.
But I do save bugs in that church. Actually, I don't save bugs. I just pee on spiders that just live in the urinal.
What?
You know, if anybody had no idea what we were talking about, they would think that you might be an escaped mental patient making comments like that.
But it's real.
Just like church shit fuck hell.
Yeah, episode 28.
Of It Radio?
26. One of the 20s, yeah. Where all of a sudden Donna's like, what do you got this week? And I'm like, that church shit fuck hell stuff. Church shit fuck hell, and that's where it stuck.
Interesting.
Yep. Episode 28, 27, 26. Something like that.
And where can anybody find that these days?
turkeyvan.com/blog.
Interact with the show on Twitter at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Blumpkin&Friends. I am now on Podbean at blumpkinshow.podbean.com and on iTunes at some address that I don't know what it is, but you can find Blumpkin and Friends on iTunes.
Like half those addresses are all fucked up.
Yeah.
Just like numbers and stuff. Hey, you forgot your SoundCloud.
And as I talked about earlier, if you go to soundcloud.com/BlumpkinMusic, you can hear my 4 rap tracks of the Fuck Buddies project that I put out so far.
There you go.
I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
And I'm Graeme.
Good night.
Spread your cheeks wider.
I'll admit it. I like to look at buttholes. I do it whenever I can. Just get behind you, and when I'm about to insert, pull your cheeks apart to get a quick gander at that anus. Like it's a work of art to me.
Peekaboo! Ha 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 ha!
I'll tell you something, and it might sound sick. I want to see your stink eye right quick. I promise just to look and not touch. Now let me get a glance at that doo-doo hutch. Buttholes are fascinating to me. Now grab a cheek in each hand and open sesame. Show me that your grooming game is on fleek. Grab your ankles and let me take a quick peek. There's a wonder in my head, girl, I gotta know. Is the rim intact or have you blown a spoke? I have a request, and I'm begging you please make that chocolate starfish wink at me. One thing that's sure to make you swoon is if you let me see the dark side of the moon. Don't be self-conscious, no need to make it weird. I just want to gaze deeply into your rear. I'm so anxious about to lose control.
Pull your butt cheeks apart, girl, show me your asshole.
I bet it's a true sight to behold.
Pull your butt cheeks apart, girl, show me your asshole.
Is there butter on that dinner roll?
Pull your butt cheeks apart, girl, show me your asshole.
It's an odd request, but my ultimate goal.
Pull your butt cheeks apart, girl, show me your asshole.
Let's play a game of Duck, Duck, Goose. I'll check if the clasp on your purse is loose. Put your face in the pillow, point your booty up. I want to make the acquaintance of your pudding cup. I've been working up to asking for quite a while. Now let me see your Mona Lisa smile. You can check the elastic in your sock. Well, I'm admiring your fart box. Yeah, I'll bet that pucker is nice and tight. Now let me get a look at that brownie bite. Don't be a heartbreaker like Jennifer Love. You would think like a Nike ad and just do it. I don't wanna fuck it, that's not my thing. But I'm a funky man like Kool in the Gang. It's not a fetish, so don't get it twisted. Just give me a peek at that monkey biscuit. I'm so anxious about to lose control.
Pull your butt cheeks apart, girl, show me your asshole.
I bet it's a true sight to behold.
Pull your butt cheeks apart, girl, show me your asshole.
Is there butter on that dinner roll?
Pull your butt cheeks apart, girl, show me your asshole.
It's an odd request, but my ultimate goal.
Pull your butt cheeks apart, girl, show me your asshole.
Don't want milk or lemonade. Show me where the fuck it's made. If you love me, you'll do one